Welcome to Elaine Clark VO Real Talking Tips, where it's all about communication. I'm the author of There's Money Where Your Mouth Is, a complete insider's guide to earning income and building a career in voiceovers, and voiceovers for podcasting, how to develop a career and make a profit. I'm also the creator of 2 Elaine Clark apps, Activate Your Voice, 5-minute exercises to strengthen your speaking voice, and Adding Melody to Your Voice, speech improvement instruction and workout. This first series of micro-learning lessons is 52 weeks, so subscribe and tune in each week to Real Talking Tips for a new communication lesson. Episode 21. Add tempo changes to good and bad information. Comparisons are a fact of life. Good and bad are the extremes with a myriad of subtle possibilities between them. Hi, I'm voiceover actor and business speech communication coach Elaine Clark. Real Talking Tips offers practical communication tips for professionals, students, and everyone in between. In episode 21, the focus is on how to draw positive attention to good information so it stands out when compared to something bad. To clarify, bad doesn't have to be terrible. Neutral is bad too. For instance, a neutral endorsement of a product, service, or person is vastly different than a glowing report. When asking advice about which restaurant to go to, we're more likely to go to the restaurant where the advice giver smiles when saying, "That restaurant is good," versus not smiling and sounding neutral when saying the same sentence, "That restaurant is good." When we speak and hear the same words, the message can be completely different. And when good and neutral or bad information is shared at the same time, the story and focus of the endorsement can get lost. Add tempo changes to good and bad information. Real Talking Tips, episodes 18 to 22, are about tempo changes. Comparing good and bad information fits right into that tempo-changing challenge. Here's why. Good information should be said slower. Bad information should be spoken faster. Adding a smile when sharing good information slows down the tempo. Not smiling or staying emotionally neutral allows the speech pattern to remain at a steady pace. That's because it requires more facial muscles to make a smile than a frown. Let's take a moment to revisit the example demonstrated in the first segment of this episode. It's not necessary or natural to smile on the whole statement. "That restaurant is good." The point of view is on the quality and taste of the food, not on the fact that it's a restaurant. Therefore, the smile only needs to be on the word good. If the speaker smiles but doesn't slow down on the POV word good, then the message is unclear. For example, "That restaurant is good." Therefore, the smile has to start before the keyword for it to slow down and sound positive, not just on the word. When that muscle movement moment of the smile happens just prior to the keyword, that POV word slows down, allowing time to draw focus and sound positive. "That restaurant is good." It's the same concept we used in Real Talking Tips, episode 16, where we changed the tempo and started smiling on the added ellipses, the ... prior to saying the key word. Just to add a bit of confusion to the good versus bad, smile versus no smile tempo change, the speaker has to present information from their perspective and point of view. That's what makes politics and religion contentious talking points. Good information on one side of the issue can be considered bad from the opposite vantage point. If the entire conversation or report is about bad news, then the tempo will remain the same. If the speaker wants the bad news to stand out, then the bad news needs to be slower than the good news and spoken in a neutral or negative manner. If the bad news is a recap of events leading to a positive solution, then the bad news needs to be fast and the good news will be slower. Time to slow down on positive information and speed up on negative comparisons. Here's a trick I like to do to quickly change from good information to bad. When the palm of the hand is turned up facing the sky, the voice is lifted up and sounds positive. When the palm of the hand is turned down facing the ground, the voice becomes neutral or negative. For many, the upward hand is naturally accompanied with a smile, while the facial expression associated with the downward hand placement is neutral. Another good versus bad comparison trick you can do, in addition to the hand placements, is to assign one side of the body for the good information and the other side of the body for the bad or neutral information. Practice this exercise along with me. Get your right and left hands ready to flip up or down. Here's the first one. We handle all your banking needs online, not in line. The comparison is between locations. Therefore, the hand is flipped up on online and down on inline. Don't let it happen. Support a drug-free America. The hand flips down on happen and turns up slowly on drug-free America. Vote no on Proposition Q. It's a vote for better management, not bigger spending. The POV of the speaker is that the statement no and for better management are positive, and that Proposition Q and bigger spending are negative. Keep practicing these and other real talking tips to connect your voice and body so you can be wired for sound. It would be awesome if you would take a moment to like, download, share, tweet, pin, ring the bell, or follow Real Talking Tips. Together, we can improve not only your speech communication, but others. Thanks for joining me on the Real Talking Tips podcast. To find out more, check out my books and apps and visit my website, ElaineClarkVO.com. Let's stay in touch. Become part of the Real Talking Tips community. Hit the subscribe button and use #RealTalkingTips, #ElaineClarkVO. You can also follow me on Twitter @ElaineClarkVO, Instagram ElaineClark.VO, and Facebook Elaine Clark Apps and Books. And don't forget to practice. It's all about communication. Go ahead, click the subscribe button.